hasn't been very conducive to sailing lately in the UK. There's been a low pressure area ever since my last video. It's just been hanging around and it hasn't been the best. Yet my Lady Elisabeth has come over from Germany, from Eisenach and Weimar in Germany, and we wanted to go out to the boat and have a look. She hadn't been on the boat before, or even seen it. She's seen videos of it. And so we made a bit of a pilgrimage, if you like, from Bromyard by bus and train to Holyhead. And we took everything that we needed, we carried it in our hands, and it was quite a mission really to carry everything. Yeah, it worked out okay, and it was good exercise actually, which is something that we kind of miss these days, what with everybody driving around in cars. And this, the old public transport system does ensure that we get a fair amount of exercise. And so that was good. And so there was only 3 days that we were on the boat for. And it was also a photographic journey, if you like. I got a camera. It's an Olympus 8 megapixel with the CCD, the Kodak CCD sensor. So this is kind of a cross between a boating video, a photography video, because there's a slideshow in it, and a personal video really, just to record our little holiday that we had together. And so without any further ado, I will play you the video and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Well, we're sitting at anchor here, well, on the mooring actually, at Holyhead, and Elisabeth is with us, as you can see from the videos that I took of her, and she doesn't want to talk to you. She's just happy to be quietly by herself here on the boat, and she did find it a bit of a shock at first to be on the boat, but now she likes it. She quite likes it now. She's been on for a couple of days, getting used to it. So it's a big thing, you know, people get on boats and they think it's going to be easy, but it does take a bit of time to get used to it, especially if you get seasick. And she did feel a little bit seasick for a minute, but it soon went away. So we had an exciting time yesterday. We took the boat out and it was quite strong wind, and we sailed it around the harbour, and we sort of said, okay, now let's go back again and see if we can sail against the wind and sail back up to the mooring, which we did. We managed to sail up, so okay, we can get back, so we're all happy. And then when we came to go back, we'd used up a lot of the electric engine, and actually the batteries on the electric engine I think were not connected properly either, because there needed to be a better connection. And so we were out of electric engine when we came back, and we really needed full power to get onto the mooring, but the generator only operates at kind of like half power, and so I changed over to the generator and ran that, and it was only just enough to get us onto the mooring. But when we got close to the mooring, we were right into the wind, you know, full pointing into the wind, and it was kind of falling off. It was not, it would fall off, and as it fell off, the wind would hit the sail and it would blow it. Of course, couldn't keep it on course, yeah. And so we had a lot of trouble getting back onto the mooring, but in the end did get onto it. We learned a lot, and I thought in the end I'm going to have to put the the big motor on, and it was tilted up like this. I tilted it up for the first time, and when I came to untilt it, it wouldn't untilt. And so I didn't know there was a special place that you had to push to make it untilt, and it's very, very difficult to see what's going on there. When you're trying to steer a boat and mess with an engine, it's not a good thing. So we didn't in the end use the engine, but we did learn a lot by using the electric engine in the difficult situation that it was. And we also went through a difficult situation together because, it took me a long time, and in the end Elizabeth got out of the cockpit and inside, out of the way, because she knew that, I was having trouble and I needed to be able to, have all the space that I had there in the cockpit so that I could move quickly and do what I had to do quickly. But we had no boat hook. I did buy a boat hook and I left the boat hook behind. And so we had no boat hook to get the mooring up. And so that was the other thing. So I had to do it by hand. But I did find that when the time came and I actually drove right onto the mooring, to the edge of the mooring, and stopped the motor so it actually hung on the mooring, and I was able to get my hand down and into the water over the side to go up halfway up the boat, down into the water, pull the mooring line up, and then move to the front. And it worked very well at that point. And so, the hand is you can miss it with a boat hook, but with the hand, as long as you can get down close to it, you can get it. And fortunately with this boat, it's actually low enough in the water, so as long as you hold on to, something so you don't fall in, you can get low enough to put your hand into the water. So it worked out in the end. There was no way that Elizabeth, she hasn't been practiced yet about going to the front of the boat and moving around the boat. She doesn't want to do that. So she wouldn't have been able to do anything about picking a mooring up. Even if we'd had a pole, we might have had to put her in a position to do that, and that wouldn't have been fair, really. It wouldn't have been good for her to have to mess around. She could have fallen overboard or something like that, trying to deal with a mooring line. Okay, so that's about it. We're going to go home tomorrow. We've only been on the boat for a few days, and I'm going to come back and fix up a few things, bring back all the stuff that I bought, and there's some electrical work needs to be done, and a bit of work on the motor and that, and get everything sorted. And then I'm going to go on another little ticky tour somewhere, maybe Ireland, maybe the Isle of Man, maybe Scotland. Just have to see which way the wind's blowing. Okay, thanks for watching.